It was meant to be just another star-studded evening on The Graham Norton Show. But when Prince Harry walked onto the set, an icy moment left everyone stunned. Graham Norton, known for his charm and wit, introduced Harry, not as royalty, not as a duke, but simply as Harry. The audience's laughter turned to gasps, and Harry's reaction? Pure fury. What led to this shocking decision, and why is Graham Norton taking such a bold stand against the royal spotlight? Stay tuned as we unravel this dramatic standoff that's sent ripples through the royal family and beyond. Prince Harry's recent appearance on The Graham Norton Show has sparked a media frenzy, but not for the reasons you might expect. When the Duke of Sussex stepped onto the stage, the usual fanfare surrounding his royal status was conspicuously absent. Instead of being announced as Prince Harry or the Duke of Sussex, Graham Norton opted for a simple and casual, "Here's Harry." For a man who has spent the past few years distancing himself from royal duties while still clinging to his titles, this stripped-down introduction was a stark reminder of his new reality. Reports suggest that Harry was visibly uncomfortable, his demeanor shifting almost instantly as he tried to mask his displeasure. Why would Graham Norton, a seasoned host known for navigating celebrity egos with ease, make such a decision? Some speculate it was a deliberate move to treat Harry as an equal among his A-list peers. After all, actors, musicians, and comedians who grace the famous red couch aren't introduced with lofty titles. But was this an attempt to level the playing field, or a subtle dig at Harry's controversial choices? To understand the full context, we need to rewind. Since stepping down as senior royals in 2020, Harry and Meghan Markle have faced a whirlwind of criticism and praise for their attempts to carve out a new life in the United States. From multi-million-dollar Netflix deals to bombshell interviews, the couple has been at the center of relentless media scrutiny. For many, their actions have blurred the lines between royalty and celebrity. This blurred line is where Graham Norton's decision becomes particularly interesting. Norton's show is celebrated for its irreverence and inclusivity. By introducing Harry without royal formalities, Norton may have been sending a message. Here, everyone is just another guest. But Harry's reaction suggests that he wasn't on board with this approach. According to insider sources, the Duke had expected some acknowledgement of his royal heritage. After all, his titles remain a significant part of his public identity, even as he navigates life outside the royal bubble. The casual introduction seemed to undermine that, and Harry reportedly expressed his frustration behind the scenes. This isn't the first time Harry's royal status has come under scrutiny. Public opinion about the Sussexes has been deeply divided. While some admire their push for independence, others criticize what they perceive as a refusal to let go of the privileges of royalty. In this case, Norton's choice could be seen as a reflection of growing fatigue with the couple's complicated relationship with their titles. Adding fuel to the fire, the other guests on the show included some of Hollywood's biggest names, who reportedly found the situation awkward. One guest, speaking anonymously, revealed that the tension backstage was palpable. Harry was polite, but you could tell he was fuming. He's used to a certain level of deference, and when that didn't happen, it threw him off. For Graham Norton, this moment was undoubtedly calculated. As a host, he's known for his ability to read the room and set the tone. By treating Harry as just another guest, Norton might have been aiming to challenge the audience's perception of celebrity versus royalty. After all, Harry and Meghan have often emphasized their desire for a more normal life. Was this Norton's way of granting them exactly that? However, some royal experts argue that the move was a step too far. They believe it disrespected Harry's lineage and overlooked the significance of his background. Critics of Norton's approach have taken to social media, accusing the host of pandering to anti-royal sentiment. On the flip side, others applauded Norton for treating Harry like any other guest, calling it a refreshing change. This incident also raises questions about Harry's future public appearances. As someone who has repeatedly expressed frustration with the institution of monarchy, Harry's reliance on his royal identity can seem contradictory. By not being introduced with his titles, Harry was, in essence, being asked to stand on his own merits. For some, this was a fitting challenge. For others, it was a glaring disrespect. But there's another layer to this story. Graham Norton's show thrives on moments that spark conversation, and this was no exception. The subtle yet significant decision to forego Harry's titles ensured that the episode would dominate headlines, keeping the show at the center of cultural discourse. It's a reminder that even the smallest choices on such platforms can have far-reaching implications. As the episode aired, social media erupted with reactions. Hashtags like Starring Prince Harry and Dr. Graham Norton Show trended worldwide. Memes flooded Twitter, with some poking fun at Harry's reaction and others debating the ethics of Norton's decision. The divide in public opinion mirrored the larger conversations about Harry and Meghan's place in the modern world. For the royal family, this incident is yet another reminder of how their members are perceived outside the confines of tradition. The monarchy has long relied on ceremony and protocol to maintain its mystique. When those elements are stripped away, what remains is a question that Harry and Meghan are still trying to answer. In the days following the show, neither Graham Norton nor Prince Harry publicly addressed the introduction. However, sources close to the production hinted that Norton stood by his decision, emphasizing the show's informal and relaxed nature. Harry, on the other hand, reportedly discussed the moment with his team, expressing concern about how it might influence public perception. This moment on the Graham Norton Show isn't just about one introduction. It's a microcosm of the larger tensions surrounding Harry's identity. As he continues to navigate his role in the public eye, moments like these will likely become more common. The question is, how will Harry adapt? Some believe that Harry's reaction to this incident highlights a deeper struggle. Despite stepping back from royal duties, he's still grappling with what it means to be a Windsor in a world that increasingly values individuality over inherited privilege. The casual introduction by Norton may have felt like an affront, but it also posed an opportunity for Harry to redefine himself. As for Graham Norton, his decision has only bolstered his reputation as a fearless and savvy host. By refusing to cater to royal formalities, he's sparked a global conversation, ensuring that his show remains at the forefront of cultural debates. Whether you view his actions as disrespectful or refreshing, there's no denying the impact. This moment has left us with more questions than answers. How will this incident shape Harry's approach to public life? Will we see him embrace a more grounded identity, or will he continue to lean on his royal background? And for Graham Norton, will this bold move set a precedent for how future royal guests are treated? The clash between Prince Harry and Graham Norton is just the tip of the iceberg. As Harry continues to redefine his place in the world, tensions between tradition and modernity are bound to surface again. But this incident on the Graham Norton Show has left one thing clear. The line between royalty and celebrity is thinner than ever. What happens next could redefine how we view the monarchy in the 21st century. Will Harry rise to the challenge or retreat further into the shadows? Stay tuned. This story is far from over.